guys pay attention, very, very important. Okay, what I want to do is talk a little bit about the volley, all right? You always hear me say this, there's not a wrong way or a right way, there's a better way. Okay, there's one common thread of all the great volleyers. Okay, there's very little going on. I mean, a lot going on with their feet, but very little going on with the racket. It's very important. So how many of you guys like the volley? Okay, how many of you guys love the volley? Okay, the question is, why didn't you come in today? I don't get it. Think about it. I didn't see very many people at the net. The only way you get better at anything, you got to try, you got to fail, and then you're going to succeed. All right? Don't just come in when they drop shot. But that's not what today's all about. Let me just explain the volley. Almost everybody at the highest level, okay, can volley. The technical part is pretty much in the neighborhood. Okay, there's a lot of common threads because the volley pretty much around the world, it's not that complicated. Maybe like the forehand, the backhand, and the serve. That's a whole different animal biomechanically. But that being said, volleying is much different than learning how to play the net. The only way you learn how to play the net is you come in at age 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and fail. When you got little arms, little legs, you can't jump and you get past, you're learning. I've told you many stories about many players. Okay, so it's up to you. I'm the messenger. If you got past a lot today and you missed a lot of volleys and overhead, what happened?
You got better.
You got better. And if you didn't miss hardly any volleys or any overheads, okay, you might feel like you did great, but you actually got worse developing your net game. You can't just have the coach feed you balls like that. That's a whole bit more of a technical thing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the volley. Number one, the best of all the rest. When they're ready, okay, their weight is forward, their elbows are away from the body, and the racket's in front. But here's what I want you to do. When the ball comes over, the best volleyers of all time, there's very little that goes on. It's a rotation. It's a rotation. Some of you guys are like this. The Boca Butcher, Canadian Chopper, okay? You're doing all kinds of stuff. Hands in front, hit it like a bunt. You know what a bunt is? Like baseball? Bunt, okay? Block. Now, what happens is, I don't want to get too deep with the technical. What happens is, when the ball comes, say 100 miles an hour at you, everybody, maybe they don't execute as well, but they do the technical part better when it comes 100 miles an hour. Why? Anybody? Why would they do better when it comes 100? They go like this. They're gonna block. They're not gonna go like this. They're gonna block it more because the volley. I did this long ago. USPTA. Fortunate enough to write a lot of curriculum. What that means is how people should teach. Okay, whether it's a block, a punch, or a swing, it depends on the height of the ball, the speed of the ball, and where you're out on the court. But today, I just want you to do this. Okay, square the racket, boom. Look where my left hand is. See where it's going? Some of you guys going like this. Hey, Bryn, what's up? Hey, you go like this. This, when that left hand comes back in and the right hand goes forward, and you feel it right here in the chest, biomechanically, the racket goes faster. It's the same thing on this side. When you feel it between your shoulder blades, some of you guys are doing this. You might make it, the racket slows down. It's this. That's what it makes it goes faster. It's like a karate move. There's an opposite reaction when you do things. But I need everybody. If you do less with your hands, okay, what do you think your brain tells your feet to do?
More.
And what do you think happens if you're up here sword fighting? You're not going to move your feet as much. That's why a lot of you guys, if I gave you a ping pong paddle, you'd volley more. You'd volley better with your feet because you'd be like this. Some of you guys would do better if you just went like this at the net. Because the racket makes people swing. We always tell you guys, you know, prepare early, get your racket back, and that's kind of in your brain. But that's probably why a lot of you take the racket back too far. You want to keep your hands in front, okay, square the racket. Okay, now, other things that have to happen want to keep your racket in front of you all the time. Just try that. Know where your racket is. But I need people, besides the technical part, to buy in and develop their game. How do you get better at the net? What now?
By going to.
Well, why don't you guys come to net? A couple people here do. And you'll go, you know what? I remember that kid when they were 11 and 12 at Rick Macy, and they're in the semifinals US Open playing doubles. Just kidding. I mean, I'm just telling you how this works. You go, I remember that. I remember that speed. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody. It all starts now. Now. It's the same thing. You're going to have one volley, one day, against one person in one tournament at 4-all in the third.